Hi, Holly.
Hello, Celia.
Today we're diving into an important topic in your 50s friendships.
Very important.
It's a very critical time in our lives where good friendships can make or break these years. So, we're going to talk about 5 different friendship types that you may want to ditch. That's right, ditch.
Ooh, that's
Get out of
exciting.
here.
Okay, tell me more.
I will. So it was interesting because when I was researching this, there were actually a ton of different friendship types. I had no idea. But I picked the 5 that I felt like I've experienced, or perhaps I've even been. So we're going to talk about them right now. And I'm going to refer to my cheat sheet. But the first is called the taker. And
Hmm.
this is the person that takes from you. They're always talking about themselves, they're never asking about you. And so at the end of your visit or experience with them, you feel drained and not heard, right? Because they have just talked about themselves the whole time.
Yes, I am familiar with these people. I feel like I enable some of these people sometimes because I tend to ask a lot of questions. And if I ask questions, they are going to take advantage and just monopolize everything and never ask you a question back.
I ask questions too, and it's because I'm generally interested, but I think you hope that that other person has general interest in your life. What I've found with those friends is that I just interject stuff about my own life, but I don't really want to have to do that. I would love to be asked.
That's extra effort because I don't know, we're just doing it to be heard, but are they even really hearing us?
Maybe you don't need them there. And we are going to talk about how you end the friendships towards the
Oh,
end of this video.
good.
So, okay, so that was the taker. The second one is called the fair weather friend, who is around you and supporting you during good times. But if things go poorly, they are suddenly absent. That tends to make people feel unsupported. You knew this was happening and you never checked in on me.
Yes, there is a level of friends or of friendships that are going to be the ones that are there for you. So I think you find out how good a fair weather friend is. And I think a lot of them are sort of surfacey friends. I don't know how else to put
That
that,
that
but like,
is a friend type, not one that we're talking about, but just like surface conversations.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Or friends you don't see very often. And when you're with them, you might have great conversations, but they may not be there for you when,
And the shit hits the fan.
right, right.
Yeah. So that's another one that you might want to consider getting out of your life. Fair weather friends. Okay. The next one is the competitive friend. And this is the person that's always trying to outdo you or one up you. And this is just tiring and straining on your self esteem because you don't want to compete with your friends. If you feel competitive, I would tell you that's not a good friendship, right?
Yeah, I haven't felt that way for a really long time, but I do remember the friends that sort of always seem to be raising the bar and making it about them. Yeah.
Yeah, the one-upping is no good.
Mm,
So,
no,
you don't want those people either. So
no.
the competitive friend is no good. Next up is the non-supportive friend, and this is the person that doesn't support your interests, dreams, or goals. So, for instance, we're doing this YouTube channel and I have told friends about it, and my friends have followed up and said, "Oh, hey, how's that going?" So they're interested in my interests and goals, and there's follow through.
Yeah.
If I've told someone and they haven't really followed up or totally forgot about it, it's like it gives me pause. And this is the one I try and be that friend to everyone. I don't know if I've always been that to everyone, but
I mean, it's hard to be that person to everyone, but if these
right.
people are in your life on a weekly or even monthly basis, you hope that they're going to ask about your situation. And I mean, again, there's kind of a common theme to these people. It's like all take and no give, or they are giving.
Yes, or sending, as you know, I like to say, people on send. And those are the people that just are sending out information,
Yeah,
but they're not receiving any.
exactly.
I couldn't find a name for that particular thing, but in my world, it's friends on send.
Friends on send.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's like a 4.5
I like.
friends. Okay, so that was the non-supportive friend. Next up is the critic, and these were not in any particular order, but this is the person, and I think this definitely happened in my 20s, where they're joking around with you. It's super sarcastic, and they say something negative about you, and they go, "Oh, I'm just joking." You know that friend? And it's like, "Well, are you?" And that one chips away at your self-esteem.
Yes, I have a friend that calls that kidding on the level, just meaning they're kidding, but they're honest. It's a real true statement in their opinion of you. And yes, it can be oddly or not oddly, just sort of disconcertingly harsh, I guess.
Yeah, and not nice.
Yeah.
So the critic friend, we don't need those either.
Nope.
In your 50s, we want to be free of those. We want to focus on the friendships that really are a give and take. If you do have some of these people or other people that are bringing you down in some other way that we didn't talk about, how do you end the friendship?
Yeah.
Now, one way is to just stop responding and sort of shut them off that way. I don't think that's the best way because it can leave people feeling very confused and hurt. And if you value the person at all,
Yeah.
I do think it requires an honest conversation.
Mm. Okay. So you're saying you would almost confront the person or
They say that you should have just an honest conversation and tell them where you're at using I statements, right? I feel like this friendship isn't giving me what I need at this time, and I would like to take a break. You want to listen to what they have to say, but stand strong with your boundaries and move on from there. And it doesn't mean that you couldn't be friends again down the road, but I think the idea of cleaning out your friends, I mean, we're saying ditching friends, but the nicer way is to say cleaning out your friends is it's for your own wellness. So if somebody's bringing you down, we're trying to get them out. It's certainly not nice to be on the receiving end of that, but that is ideally what you're doing.
I might chicken out. I don't know. I I think I would have a hard time saying those things. And
I
I don't
agree.
know. I feel like I might be the person that ghosts those people.
I think that's more often than not what happens.
Yeah. If the onus is on them to reach out to you and you don't prompt them, maybe they just won't reach out to you.
Yeah, I've recently told my daughter that it took me many years to get to this point, but I've realized that people come in and out of your life at
Mm,
different points, and that is okay.
right.
I used to feel guilty that anyone that I was friends with at any point in my life, I should be keeping in touch with.
Mm,
And I don't feel that way anymore, and I don't feel guilty about that.
yes. Yep. Another perk to being 50.
There are so many perks, and we're going to talk about that in another video. All the positives, not the negative things. So here's the key to a fulfilling life in your 50s. Surround yourself with positive and supportive friends. These are the people that lift you up, celebrate your successes, and encourage you to be your best self. Let us know if you have any dangerous friend types in the comments below, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks, Holly.
Thanks, Celia.
Bye.
Bye.